Toast. Just real quick, guys. First off, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. This is our 5th annual N6A holiday party, and it's pretty cool. Year after year, this thing gets bigger and more well produced as I get less and less involved. So just a quick round of applause to Darlene Morel. Darlene organized the whole thing and dealt with my craziness for the past couple months to put this together, and she put a great night together for everyone. I'm really proud to have Darlene on our team, so Darlene, thanks for doing this. We have a great night planned ahead for everyone. We have great food, obviously courtesy of Tableau here in Tribeca. DJ and Press, thanks for helping out with music and entertainment tonight. We'll be doing a presentation of our N6A, first annual N6A bucket list weekend winner. The highest producing N6A team member for the second half of the year will get a choice of going to either, where is it, the Super Bowl, Sundance, South by Southwest, or the cruise, the Bill McHugh special. That's the old guy special. So just a couple quick words. For me, this holiday party has really become a point of reflection. Every year, just sort of take a deep breath and exhale on the year that preceded us, and it's cool to see this getting bigger and bigger by the year. And I'm amazed by not only the size and the scope of the party, but more importantly, by the positive energy and the warmth that's in this room every year. And I really think that's just a testament to the people that we surround ourselves with in the N6A family, not just our internal staff, but obviously our clients and our partners and our vendors and everyone. So, a couple thank yous. I want to thank our staff at the top of the list, our team, who's by far, in my humble opinion, the hardest working and most talented in the marketing services business. So please give those guys the recognition and the round of applause they deserve. Just a quick little side story too. We have staff meetings every Friday about 2:00 p.m. and for the past year, and I've been pretty consistent about it. We missed a couple weeks, but for the past year, we kick off every one of those staff meetings with 3 pros and 3 cons. We talk about 3 things that I was happy with and impressed with from the week, and we also talk about 3 things that we need to improve on. And, we sucked at, quite frankly, for the following week. And I give our team a ton of credit because as the year has progressed, it's become exceedingly more difficult for me to come up with things to criticize our team about. So literally, I'm really grasping in the past couple months where I got to talk about Jason's bad jokes and Nick's dance moves. And,
but you have to have 6.
Megan, yeah, that's true. You remember that from our pitch meeting. Thank you, Kristen. Megan's bossiness usually comes into the mix as well. But in all seriousness, these guys are dedicated and performing at the highest level in by far the most competitive industry and by far the most competitive city on this stage in the world, and they perform every day 110% to make sure we put the best product possible out there. So I couldn't be more proud and more happy to manage and to associate myself with a team like we have here at N6A. So just one more round of applause for our staff. And also our clients, who pay our bills. Thank you guys. Some familiar faces here. The Blue Rock team came out all the way from Syracuse. In fact, just a quick little story. At the beginning of the year, our staff said that they would not come to the holiday party out of protest, and Blue Rock didn't come here, so I negotiated the tournament to get back in from Syracuse.
Paying our bills.
That's right. That'll come off your next bill. Where's Eric Handa from AP Telecom? He brought his parents there somewhere in the crowd. There he is. So Eric is one of the few people, I think, along with Bill, who's been to every N6A party, literally from 5 years ago when we were wedged like sardines into an Asian restaurant. I won't publicize because it's not a client of ours. In Midtown Manhattan, there was about 12 of us in a room, and him and I just started this entrepreneurial adventure at the time and kind of looked at each other and said, what the hell did we get ourselves into? And 5 years later now, Eric and I have been kindred spirits, and growing each other's business. I sit on his advisory board, and I couldn't be more proud to associate myself with his business and with all the clients. And then a lot of our newer clients in Cognitive, we appreciate you guys coming out tonight. Rude Happy Bob. I'm going to admit, I shouldn't have done this because now I'm going to have to say everybody, but with all the partners, Eric and Jesse and Godwin, the Valdi team, and we've been together for several years now. Carl from Tap Mesh is here. I know I'm missing a couple. Raise your hand if I didn't mention it. Think good? No, but in all seriousness, as far as our clients go, look, we pride ourselves on being your agency of record and representing you. I don't want you to think that we take that for granted, not even for 1 second. We come into the office every day, to be the voice and the words behind the scenes for your brands and the caretaker of your brands, something that we take extremely seriously, and we're very blessed and honored to do that each and every day. And I just don't want you to think that we take that for granted, because it's something that we absolutely pride ourselves on as we come into the office every day. So thank you guys for coming. And last but not least, everyone else in the room, families, friends, vendors, partners, you guys give us the energy we need at N6A to keep ticking every day and to bring it to the table and just leave it all out there. So thank you guys for your support and for coming out. And I'm just going to end with a real quick story, and you'll see a lot of fluttering eyes from our staff members who've heard this story about a million times, and they probably tell it better than I can. But everyone else in this room doesn't know. So there's 3 words up on the screen that Darlene put up there, and those have really become our anthem and our mantra at N6A, in particular over the past year. So the story goes something like this. When I started N6A, my wife Danielle and I, we didn't really have much. We were living in Brooklyn and in my above my in-laws' house in Bensonhurst, and she was a school teacher, second grade school teacher, about 7 months pregnant with our first daughter, 3, Viviana. And times were tough, and I came home from work one day and had this crazy idea to go out and to start this agency on my own. And as I envisioned it, there were 3 steps that we had to go through in order to make this happen. And step 1 in the approval process was the most important one, to get my wife's buy-in. So I sit down and say, look, this is what I'm trying to do. If we don't do it now, we're never going to do it. And Daniela just looked me in the eye. She didn't let me finish my words, and she said, look, I believe in you, and I trust you, and we'll figure out a way to make it work. Go do it. So step 1, check. Step 2 was now I needed some damn money. Dreams are good, but you got to wake up and pay the bills at some point. So we needed a client, and there's a guy who unfortunately wasn't able to make it tonight by the name of Al Guido, who's about 60 miles north of us in Westport, Connecticut, and a big pioneer in the marketing services business, and someone who I've known for a long time. And when I sat down with him and said, look, Al, we need a flagship client to get this thing going. Another one who didn't even let me finish my sentence and said, look, we're sending the paperwork, let's do it. I'm not going with anyone else but you and you N6A. So Al was number 2 in that process. Number 3 wasn't so much about approvals as much as it was just getting feedback and getting insights and coaching from people who had really made it in our industry. So there's a guy who our staff knows, who I won't mention by name, just out of just for privacy purposes and not to embarrass him. We'll call him Marv for the purpose of this conversation. And I had a ton of respect for this guy, and he had built businesses in the marketing services industry, really earned a reputation as a pioneer and one of the founding fathers of the current media agency environment as we know it today, and runs multi-billion-dollar publicly traded holding company. And I figured, what the hell? Let me reach out to him and see if he's crazy enough to take a meeting with me and just to pick, if I could pick his brain on a couple of things and get some words of wisdom from him. And sure enough, I get a call from his assistant the next day, and she says, look, Marv, I think it's Marv. His name isn't Marv, but it's just he says, she says, Marv is going to happen. He happens to be in New York City this week and wants to get together for breakfast with you. Meet him Friday at the Grand Hyatt for breakfast, 9 a.m. And I had about 2 days to prep. I'll never forget how nervous I was. I looked in the mirror. I must have looked in the mirror a million times. Recited my whole dog and pony show, the whole song and dance. Friday rolls around. Meet him 9 o'clock sharp. As the staff knows, I got there about 8:30 because I didn't want to be late. If it was 8:31, I would have been late. And sure enough, I presented the whole dog and pony show. Here's our business plan. Here's the kind of clients we're going to go after. here's how we're going to make money, this is how we're going to differentiate ourselves, and I say this in the most humble way possible. I really thought I nailed it. I thought we had a really good, I thought we made a great first impression, and I just sort of exhaled a little bit and waited for him to weigh in with his response and his reaction. And in a very measured and calculated way, he gets back to me and says, look, Matt, I have no doubt that you're going to be successful and you're going to build this thing the way you want to. He said, but you brought me out here today for my honest opinion, and my honest opinion is don't start this business today. That's what he said. He said it was 2009. We were still in the depths of a really bad, rocky economy and the recession. And he said, right now in the services industry, it's just tough to start a business, especially if you don't have any one of the two C's, capital or connections. And I definitely didn't have anything close to either of the two C's. I had more like the two with the two Z's. I was as low on the alphabet as you could possibly go. And he said you could probably benefit from a couple more years of building your own personal brand and making sure you establish yourself before you launch this thing, and just sit tight, let the economy grow, let the economy get better, and launch this thing a few years from now. And if you talk about the wind just being completely taken out of my sails, I was sort of devastated, but I shook his hand and left that conversation. And what did we do? We started N6A the next day. That's my stubborn New York Italian mentality. We started N6A the next day. We're open for business. And obviously through the years we've been fortunate enough to scale the business and surround ourselves with some really awesome people. So fast forward now 5 years later, one of the more well-known analyst and research firms in our industry who does rankings and all that sort of good stuff sends us a letter in the mail saying that N6A has been ranked as one of the 20 fastest growing agencies in the entire country. Obviously that's based on staff growth and revenue, and that wasn't like one of those Russian mail order, but that was like a real certified letter we got in the mail that was a true ranking. It was just a great day for the business. I mean, those of you who were with us remember we had a little celebration in the office, went out with the press release announcing the feat. Life was really good that day. I went home that night to my family. So I wake up the next day, check my email about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I get an email, a message from this individual, Marv, who I met with now 5 years earlier, who remembered the conversation and the words of advice he gave to me to not start N6A, and there was no subject line in the letter, in the message. There were just 3 words in the body of the email, and those were the 3 words up there. I was wrong. And there was a there was a smiley face and a wink with it too. That's literally so that's the first thing you see now if you come into N6A. The first thing you see in the morning, it's the last thing you see when we turn the lights out at night. It's on our apparel. It will be on our apparel as soon as Arlene gets moving on that and gets budget approved. So on that note, I just want to ask everyone to raise their glasses, and I want to thank everyone on behalf of the entire N6A team from the bottom of my heart for making a lot of people, a lot of doubters wrong over the past. It's gone on 6 years now, and here's to many more decades of continuing to prove people wrong and do it our way and really build a special family and keep growing together. So thank you guys very much. Happy holidays to you and your families. Let's have a great night together tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.